Okay, update on the steering shaft, guys. Went ahead and scrounged through some of my old stuff, and I found this. This is off the other car, the big block. I had to exchange this because I changed from a power steering rack to a manual rack, and the ends are different, so I had to buy a different end for it. And I was trying something different with the shaft here. This is their universal shaft. It's the 3/4 inch 36 spline Borgeson aluminum shaft, and this is also their aluminum end. You know, very, very, very lightweight unit here. And you see I'm missing an end. Well, instead of buying a whole new unit, I thought I'd save some money, and I just bought the parts I needed. So I called up Borgeson, and they were kind enough to send me this. Now, they don't sell this piece as one unit. You had to buy each one of them separate, but they had no problem helping me out and shipped me both these parts. These are two parts here. You can tell got little lock nuts here, and I got this thing jammed in there right now, so I'd pull it out for you. But it's just like the Fox body end. I think this was like 25 bucks. This here was like, I believe, 80. And again, both from Borgeson, all aluminum except for this piece. The rest of it is aluminum. And now I do remember from the first shaft I put together myself that you have to make sure you phase these two joints. What I mean by phasing is just like your dry shaft. You just want to make sure they are identical on both sides. You don't want one cocked clear off at an angle like this, because the shaft will do funny things, especially if you're doing any amount of steering on the steering wheel. If you turn out a bunch, the shaft will do wonky things. So you just want to make sure you got these two ends phased. You want to line up this U-joint with this U-joint. Again, guys, just like your dry shafts, you kind of want to look down the center there and just make sure they're straight, and then you shouldn't have any problems. And yes, these are kind of telescoping. You can adjust that in and out. This piece here, I believe, is 2 inches longer than your stock Fox body, and they put extra length splines on each end, and that's so you can cut it down if you needed to for your particular application. So if you have something that's you know, that's not stock Fox body, you can get longer shafts with long splines, so that way you can adjust the particular length that you need. But this whole setup here weighs nothing, since it's all aluminum. The joints are aluminum, shafts aluminum. The only thing that's steel is this stub shaft here that goes inside the steering column on a Fox body. The rest of it is aluminum. So I'm gonna get this installed, and this will make me feel better, since this will hopefully straighten up the steering wheel, and it'll actually have two joints instead of one. So we're gonna get started on the install. Alright, guys, we're back around the car. Gonna get this stuff I just installed back off. Yes, it sucks a little bit, but you know, you need to be able to move the car around, do what you need to do. We're going to get this new shaft in here, and hopefully everything works out the way I hope. You know, the nuts and bolts I bought, they're just going to go in the nut and bolt bin, saved for another project. No big deal. I already have that top bolt upper by the steering column undone. Alright. Let's keep those together. Looks like I'm... Oh. I don't think that broke loose. I think it slipped. Yeah, I thought it was it. There's that. I'm hoping the shaft just pulls. Yep, all right. Well, at least that part came out easy. That's all she was. Boy, that's... See, this thing already weighs twice what that other aluminum shaft weighs. Not a whole lot of weight, but there's some weight savings there. Alright, and we're replacing that piece. As soon as I find my wrench. See if I can get a better angle on it this way. Tell you what, I think I used 2 wrenches when I tightened that. Probably gonna need 2 to get it loose. Oh yeah, she would smell like. If you guys remember, I oiled, or I greased this bolt and this shaft, or this adapter thing, in hopes that would come off easier next time. Now she wiggles. Still not coming off. I think I had to spread it out again like I did the first time. Alright guys, I'm not sure if you can see that, but I went ahead and got my pry bar, opened up this gap here, and look at this, slides right off. No issues. I definitely recommend one of those indexing pry bars. So I am getting that upper nut put on for the steering column. Now what a lot of guys don't know is that these steering column pieces right here, they telescope. You can actually pull them out and push them in. I believe they do that for accidents. In case you're ever in an accident, that column will collapse instead of shoving it into the passenger compartment. I believe with this longer shaft, it's going to be pushed in a little bit. So what I was trying to do with the other car with this longer shaft was get it away from my header by making this shaft longer but shorten up the steering column and put a different angle on the pieces. So as soon as I find it, there it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double nutting this one up here. I try to make sure it's tight. Original owner had one, he has a longer bolt shoved in it, which is fine, but there's enough room for a second nut, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that just for a little added safety. It'll lock it on there really good. Probably gonna be one of the best lock nuts that's out there. Here we go. Let that rotate up. Now there's a little divot on that shaft. When that divot's facing straight up, my steering wheel's straight. So I double checked that. And it seems to want to sit with the steering wheel straight. So now need the other piece right here. And I believe this is where I was getting confused the last time, is this piece here, again, this is on the other car, doesn't have a flat spot. So I'm guessing that goes, one of these fits it. As soon as I figure that out. After fighting it for a little while, it didn't want to go over this. Man, that thing fits tight. So make sure those threads are cleaned, and I had to use a little wire brush on it. But she definitely fits on the rack really tight. So now I just need to tighten up these jam nuts. And move on to the next thing. I just hope I got my steering rack straight and my steering wheel straight. I believe I do, but there's only one way to find out for sure. That's not it. All right, there she is. I'll give you guys a look real close. I'm just going to double check all the jam nuts, and then we're going to call that done. Looks nice in there. I don't think you guys can see back there. Let's see. Here we go. Tight. And I believe I already tightened the top ones here. Yeah, I've already tightened those. Alright guys. Looks like it. One little trick that I did is, it's hard to tell now because I've been all over it, but I put a Sharpie mark right here to mark where the joints phase. That's that way I can line it up without having to look. Because when that joint up there is at an angle, it's really hard to tell whether or not you're in phase or not. So I went ahead and just took a Sharpie and marked where all the joints go. Made that a little easier. Now hopefully, because this piece here will go on, I'm guessing 36 different ways. And that's where I was confused between the stock setup and this, because I've had this shaft on the other car for many years. And I've had it off and on countless times, so I was thinking that this stock one would go on many ways, but I was wrong. But this setup will, because it don't have a flat spot like the original. There you go, guys. There's the Borgeson aluminum steering shaft with a Fox body. Give you guys a shot of it from up here. Looks good in there. See if I can get you lower. There we go. So that's a nice little update. If you notice, wheels are relatively straight. And so is our steering wheel. Now, hopefully it stays that way going down the road, but there's only one way to find out. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.